Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone's doing well today. I decided instead of a Saturday sit rep, the way I've been doing them, kind of giving you a rundown of everything, I was going to do a live in the kitchen today. So let's see, who do we have in today? And good morning. Oh, that's me. Duh. Hey, Fed Up, how are you? Nora, thank you for joining me. And I'm not getting Prepper. Wait, Prepper Now or Prepper Nation? Either way, I'm not getting their notifications, either of them. I've had to go back repeatedly to put them back on, so it's really upsetting me. Ooh, what's going on, Mad Dogs? I owe you an email, man. There's a new group out here called Project 214, and it's all about camping, fishing, and whiskey. So I'll reach out to you separately later. Rapture Ready, hello, good morning, good morning. And oh, Mad Dogs again, hello. Hold on, I'm boss. Not feeling too good. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Alpine, what's going on? Everyone's favorite Canadian couple. Uh, let's see, Watchmen. I think I'm working. Excellent. So two of you are sick today. Well, this may make you feel like you're in a better mood. Yeah, they're both good. I'm getting Prepper Now. Prepper Now and I actually chit chat a lot. You guys know he's an educator, so like whenever I go to a historic, and he loves history, so when I go to historical places, I send him pictures because I travel all the time, and I just sent him a picture of the USS Arizona Memorial with me on the memorial, like looking down at the Arizona, and he thought that was really cool. So yeah, but they're both really good people. Joe Morgan. Joe, I have another video coming out, and I thought of you when I finished it. Battle of the Mouse Guns. Believe it or not, YouTube kicked it out because I had the shooting of the mouse guns, and then it was like, no, shooting is scary. So I had to rephrase the title and thumbnail, Battle of the Mouse Guns. So basically, it's a bunch of like, if they get any smaller, you can't use them. And we're going to shoot them off against each other. So you'd probably get a kick out of that. Just messed up, answered phone and X. Woo, Joe, yeah. Switch to a mimosa or something, man. Get a little vitamin C in you. Hola, hola, Monique. Hello. Vision. What is going on? By the way, Vision had a good live stream, and I've caught bits and pieces of it. Was it yesterday? Was talking about things we need to do. I love Mouse Gun. They rock. They do, including my noisy cricket. Not away. What's going on? So, folks, today I found really do. So the dogs are in dog jail this morning, folks. Luna's not. Luna's floating around here being all judgmental and opinionated. But Jackson offended the corgis, so they beat him up. I put him in protective custody. Then Bentley offended the girls. Then they beat him up, and I removed him. And then Pepper went after him in his kennel, and they fought again. So now she's in dog jail too. So my guys are always putting it subject. Yeah, that's true. It was Thursday. Okay. See, I didn't see the notification till this morning when I made the comment. So I don't know what's going on with me. Yeah, no. Parole, my man. Wait, Turco. I know you put emojis, but that's what I'm seeing on my. I was like, what in God's name is that shit pudding? Okay. A little dog jail. No, everyone except Luna. She's out. She's just sitting there grunting at the other ones in disapproval. Oh, Rapture, you have no idea. I put a box in the backyard because it was just in the way. I'll put it in the yard. I'll throw it in the big bin later down the street. And the dogs got out and they just obliterated the box. I mean, they went to work on it. I have a video I have to post. They were pulling the pieces and running around with an entire flap of cardboard on their head. And of course, the Papillon ran away because it freaked him out. For all his smack talk, he runs away a lot. Mad Shad. Shad, I was having beers with a couple of your brothers in arms last night, a couple of jarheads, and the food truck at the brewery was owned by a former sailor. little thin guy. He worked in the kitchen and he really liked it. So when he got out, he opened the food truck. He's doing really well too. So I'll send you a picture of those beers, man. God, they were good. I had to cut myself off. Otherwise, I would have had a failure. So Mad Dog, I went there in college, but I was really wasted when I got there. Or I was hungover. I wasn't wasted. I was hungover, and so I vaguely remember the wall, but I drank way too much. And then we started doing shots with some of the old men there because we were drinking out of like flasks, because college, right? This was years ago when you could actually do that, and the cops were like, "Go away!" They didn't like tase you for no reason. Rescue! By the way, Rescue's lives in the morning with the chicken coop are just awesome. Y'all got to jump in on Rescue as well. All right, hold on. I lost track of people's here. Is Tennessee Tactical in there? Oh, there he is. Woo! All right. So, guys, today I was going to do a recipe instead of doing my Saturday sit rep. So I'm going to be jumping from one camera to the other. So I'm going to, hold on, let me test that camera real quick before because if I can't do it, then there'll be no recipe today. Extra camera. Oh, no, extra camera does not like me. Let's see. And that should be my stove. Are you guys seeing my stovetop now? Hey, big chap, what's up? Okay, cool. I just wanted to be sure my actual cameras were the ones I wanted. Muy bueno. Okay, so all of us, we're talking about food preps, we're talking about meal preps and stuff like that. And if I missed anyone in the chat, I'm sorry. It kind of blew by real fast. I guess it delayed and then took off. So if I missed you, my apologies. Oh yeah, mods, if there are any creators in there, Rescue, Joe, Monique, I think we have quite a few creators in the chat. You can throw open links up today, especially if they're under 1,000. Let's get somebody over 1,000. So yeah, I'm in the same boat, Mad Dog. I'm losing. And because I have the StreamYard screen, I have like this control panel in front of me, and I can't really see everything that I would in a YouTube screen. I could kind of blow it out and pull the chat out of the window. So I'm kind of improvising. Anyway, we all are trying to prep food because we know there's an economic issue coming this year, right? I mean, we all see it. We saw it last year this time, and people told us we were tinfoil hats, and now they're the ones on Facebook whining about the eggs. Which, anyway. Oh no. Yeah, Karen went after Alexandra the Great the other day because they were talking to her 6-year-old son about gender without her consent or knowledge, or something happened along those lines. And she's like, no, I'm the mom. I will decide how that conversation goes. And someone called her a Karen in her own comments, which it's like, I don't even validate them, just reject them from the chat. But in any case, we're all talking about food. You guys remember a few months ago, I talked about the 80-20 rule, the Pareto rule, right? That 90% of your preps actually can be applied to multiple things. Or 90% of the things that can happen use the same prep, like batteries or water or first aid kits, right? Tourniquets, all this kind of stuff, it travels with you from regardless of what happens. I did a video on Thursday about the water outage, right? It was a construction crew blew out a main line, and it dropped literally millions of gallons of water into this dry area over here. And it was so abrupt and so severe that the entire water pressure of the city dropped, and they had to shut everything down. So whether it's a one-dimensional incident like a blackout or a water outage, or it's multifaceted. The Rona was multifaceted because you had not only a pandemic, we had an illness going around that nobody at the beginning really understood what the hell was happening. But you also had blackouts, you had rioting, you had politics. There were a lot of multifaceted things. Hey, off the wall, did off the wall jump in here? All right, I lost track of the chat again. Shit. Do. Oh, there. Hey, what's going on? Hello, hello. By the way, Big Chap has been on game with the memes, so you guys need to see that. Thank you, Mad Shad, my mods, whoever, Tennessee, I don't know if Loretta's in there, Vision, and anyone I missed, because I can't see your mod wrenches in StreamYard either, so I'm going from memory. But a lot of the preps we do are multifaceted. You can use them for multiple things. So someone, a friend of mine who's like-minded said, dude, have you made biscuits out of pancake mix? I did not know I could do that, which makes sense, right? It's really a what's a biscuit? It's a squished up pancake. And I'm like, well, hell yeah, I can do that. So I'm going to attempt this today while we're all chit-chatting here on the video. So if you want to follow along at a future time, you're going to need pancake mix of any type. The recipe I found uses Krusteaz. I have HEB, so that's what we're using. Probably need a mixing bowl and a whisk. And the other reason I kennel the dogs, because I'll trip on them and kill myself on a live stream. You will need a cutting board and a rolling pin just to roll out the dough. And for the record, unlike my other recipe videos, I have not made this one yet. So this is the first time. When you get her, this is, yeah. So, oh, hold on. I lost the chat again, guys. Sorry. Yeah, and mods, put your own links too. I know you guys try to get everyone else, and don't forget yourselves. I appreciate what you all do. But in any case, so I'm going to need some milk, which is in the fridge. And I'm going to try and mix this. So the basic recipe calls for about, they were calling for like 4 cups of mix with a bunch of milk. I'm not making that many biscuits. I'm making a small batch to just test it out and see if I screw it up. Hey, you're a dog. What's going on? So, yeah, off the wall, you have had the worst luck this last few months. It's like a real life book of Job with you two out there. You guys got to be careful. We enjoy watching you when I can. Sadly, a lot of your live streams fall over work for me, so I wind up commenting on them like a week later. But oh yeah, so we're gonna do yeah. So Bork, the corgi over here, Mr. Bentley, as I said at the beginning of the video. So you had the pack. The Papillon decided to talk shit to the much bigger corgi and got his butt beat. So he went into his crate for protective custody. Then the puppy decided to attack or raid the bigger corgi's bowls. And then they had a fight, which he lost. And then he wound up in puppy jail. And then Peppermint was tripping me and causing a ruckus in the kitchen while I was trying to set up. And there were coffee grounds everywhere because I tripped on the potato. So she went to puppy jail also. So all the dogs except for the alpha Luna, who's sitting there snorting at the other 3, are now in puppy jail. So if you don't see me tripping on dogs, it's because I ran them all off because they apparently woke up and chose violence and decided they were Vikings and had a big battle. So yes, and we're all on different schedules. Even look, if you don't have time to watch a whole replay of any of the creators, and there are a lot of fun creators in here, go in, watch a few minutes, leave a like, put a comment, make a joke, whatever, a few thumbs up on the other comments, help each other out. Can you describe the ruckus there? Oh, God, I forgot that, Rapture. Oh, and by the way, thank you for that link. That was super horrifying, actually, but very, very interesting. Jeez, oh, peas. That's just, was it a rollover or a collision? I haven't seen that update yet. But anyway, I'm going to try to make these things while you guys are chatting. So I'm going to use a smaller amount. So according to the recipe, and it's not set in stone, God bless, I even have coffee grounds in the mixing bowl from that incident I had with Knucklehead over there. I'm going to switch. So I'm going to put, actually, I'm going to move this over here so I don't have a disaster. I'm going to put a couple of cups of pancake mix in here. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who do buy like I do, right? You get the pancake mix. It always has, hey, Northern Girl, what's going on? Prepper Book Club, hola. You know, you have the, absolutely, your dog. I told the mods to put anybody who's a content creator, especially if you're under 1,000, and definitely if you're under 500, so we could get you over that little threshold where you can do community posts and whatnot. But you know, a lot of these pancake batters, they have the little bag inside. Chip clips. I keep them a little bit fresher, and if it gets close to its expiration date, I have spare Mylar bags. I'll just throw the remainder in the Mylar and throw an O2 absorber in there. I'll also vacuum seal it. You guys have seen how I do that. Hey, well, there could be vodka in the coffee, and that would really make this live stream interesting. But as I said, I drank with 2 Marines, a Coast Guard guy, and a really insane redneck. And that we were done at 3:30 in the afternoon. We were supposed to just have a business lunch, and like at 3:34, I'm like, I gotta go because I'm gonna die. Y'all proceed, have fun. And they were back out at the cigar bar, and they were texting me, dude, are you coming back? I'm like, no, I'm older than y'all. Y'all young men. I'm not that young anymore. You know, I got a few good drinks in me, and then we need to call it. So anyway, hey, what's up, Red October? Put Red's and Prepper Book Club's links up there too, folks. Anyway, make sure you use a chip clip or something to preserve that powder. Let's see if I could do this nicely without creating a disaster. Sorry, guys, let me tie my back to you. Come on now. Here we go. Oh, all right. That's, well, shit. That was a little more than 2 cups, but we'll call it all good. Well, you know what, Red? Old guys have had too many hangovers, and we know better. If we live this long, we're kind of like, yeah, no, I did that when I was 27. That sucked. I didn't like that. So, and you just remember. So, all right, I'm gonna get a little bit of milk. And so the recipe calls for kind of keeping it. Move that by the sink so I don't have a complete train wreck here. Just enough milk to make a soft dough. So I'm going to kind of spitball this as I go, and hopefully not drop milk on the floor to join the coffee grounds. Where the hell did I put my mixing thingamabob? Good Lord, folks, I would lose my butt cheeks if they weren't attached. But so according to this, I'm supposed to make a thick enough dough to where I can roll it out and then cut cookies. So, oh, that looked like a perfect amount, actually. If anything, that's actually a little too moist. I might have to throw some more powder in there. I was hoping to do a small amount of these biscuits, but that may not be possible. He's lost in the kitchen. I am. Milkmaid, welcome. I'm going to try and see how well this works out. And again, I haven't done this recipe before, so now I'm eyeballing it. I usually try and do them on a pre-recorded before so off the wall, we're going to try and make half-decent biscuits out of pancake mix. So a few weeks ago, I was talking about the Pareto rule, the 80-20 rule we use in math and engineering. A lot of you would have seen it as the bell curve in college or high school, right? You grade, this percentage gets an A, this percentage gets an F, and then you break down the middle. When it comes to preparedness, just my experience, and I'm sure a lot of you will notice it, 80 to 90% of the incidents we could face require the same prep. So that 80-20 rule, it's not exact, but it applies to that. I've seen it almost to the percent in business, right? I have 80% of my larger contracts come from only 20% of my associated companies. 80% of the business we get comes from 20% of our technology, and it's just something that keeps popping up. So I do not have homemade ghee. I have store-bought ghee, which I might throw on the biscuits once I'm done. So I think I got the consistency right. I'm going to throw a little bit of this on the parchment paper so I don't have a train wreck. And we will see how well this works out, or if I completely make a disaster here. So I'm going to switch cameras a little bit. And so I want to make sure this is mixed really well. By the way, folks, for those of you who own what is now an SBR, I've already heard there are multiple states and organizations about to challenge that rule. So I'm waiting to see how that pans out, and if it does indeed turn out to be even an issue, honestly. By the way, off the wall, thank you for pointing out the rejected was a technical issue. So I've reloaded it, and that video should post sometime next week. I wanted to give it some time to go through the algorithm. Hey, FSP, what's going on? And you know what, The Watchman, to be in pinball and everyone else's defense, it's tough if you're working. Like both of us work, right? Even though we have the dogs and no kids, we both work. And you start losing track of stuff. The other day I went, remember I've told you guys, hey, pick a prep every weekend for a couple hours. That's what you do. The other weekend I didn't do a live stream. I attacked one of the pantries we have. And I went through a bunch of stuff that was out of order in the use chain. I guess because it may have fallen down and we just stuck it back. We didn't pay attention. Stuff that had expired. Also stuff that was about to expire that I never used. I thought I would, and it completely were not viable for me. So that stuff I actually put on Facebook Marketplace in the neighborhood, and I traded with other neighbors. I'm like, hey, anyone want to trade, these canned goods that we're not eating I'm looking for A, B, and C. And a neighbor actually had one of those items. So we went and traded. And I gave them the canned goods because her kids liked them, and they gave me, it was just some miscellaneous spices. Instead of losing product, a couple of bricks of, yeah, if you have the room, absolutely. Or have ghee. Even the store-bought ghee will last for years. Did he have a good video? I hadn't seen his yet. I actually made it to the gym. AFT. I see what you did there, Purple Book Club. Well done. Well played, sir. Yeah, butter is health. Hey, take care. And off the wall, take care of yourself. Got to be careful. Me and my wife talked about this, Sheena. No, and again, but Milkmaid. Yes, and I have to email Milkmaid and a few other people because we're looking at some acreage finally, and for next year, and chickens are on the conversation table. So that makes me crazy, the Watchmen. And what's sad, I have members in my family who are Russian Orthodox and others who are Polish Orthodox, go figure. So one of my relatives married into a Russian family, and it's weird because all of them are sad. Like nobody wants this going on, but nobody wants their country to go be destroyed either. And so I don't know how that's going to play out here. Well, I believe, Matt Chad, if you remove the brace on the ass end of it, it becomes a non-issue. Like they just don't want you to have this stub that can conceivably be used as a buttstock. I actually talked to somebody who shoots competitively, and they said they're going to modify theirs with just a sling, because it doesn't say you can't have a sling, right? If anything, you can't put an AR pistol in a holster. It looks stupid. But you can sling it such that you can push it forward and kind of make the sling tight so that you have some, so instead of pulling it up with a buttstock to your shoulder, you could push it out and shoot it that way. And the two slings, the way he angles them, create a triangle to create stability. I don't know how that's going to work out, but yes, we're super excited. Land got expensive, holy crap. But yeah. Yeah, Watchmen, you need to take care of yourself too, folks. You would think, but they apparently don't get it. So I'm going to move cameras here, people. Hold on, let's see if I got it right. Yes. Okay. Sorry, my kitchen's always a disaster. So I kind of got my back to your chat, guys. So apologies for that. So what I'm going to do here is, according to them, I make little dough balls, and so I might wind up with biscuit donut holes. I don't know. We'll see. So holy cow, that dough is way too sticky. I should have put my hand in flour before I did that. I'm going to have to put more. And I'm going to see how that works. I'm actually mixing a couple of recipes, so if nothing else, the house is going to smell nice in about, an hour or so. We'll see. So I'm going to make By the way, if you ever want to make really yummy cinnamon pancakes, actually I got to preheat the oven to 400, so. You ever want to make really yummy pancakes, replace some of the water with pumpkin puree from the can. And not only do you get the fiber and the protein, you throw a little brown sugar in the pancakes, they taste really good. So let's see, get some more of this mixed in. And we're going to see, like I said, for those of you who showed up late, I've never made this before, so you may watch me burn a bunch of crap in my oven today, which would be really comical, actually. Not the first time I've burned stuff in my oven, so we'll see. These are all going to be different sizes, too. This is just funny. I figured I was going to have some fun in the kitchen anyway this morning, so I figured I'd invite all of you to come join me and have some fun making weird stuff in the kitchen. They may all come out deformed. Luna, you may get some overcooked biscuits here in a little bit. Add a little dough to that. I just want to, what I've been doing lately, guys, is taking some of our prepper staples, the pancake mix, the pastas, the canned food. If you've noticed, I've done a lot of weird recipes, like I've mixed canned chicken with the ReadyWise soup, and I took Mountain House the other day and mixed it with something else. I'm trying to find multiple uses for the same thing. Because you think about it, instead of buying biscuit mix and then buying pancake mix and then buying, I don't know, croissant mix or something like that, you just buy one box and you know how to mix and match your stuff to, right? It was about the right amount of dough after all. You wind up being able to multi-use one item. And it not only saves you money, but it makes more sense in inventory because you don't have so many things to keep track of. That's something I've actually been doing this year, is reducing the variety of product and focusing on the products I know I'm using and I know how to use as far as food. It's also making my shopping trips a little less psychotic. And now I've got a complete mess over here. Hold on just a second, boys and girls. And I just made a complete mess in my hands, so that's always fun. So, Yeah, if you can consolidate the amount of stuff you're buying, I'm thinking economics, not just prepping, because those are going to have to go hand in hand this year. So let's see. Whew. All right. Can you guys still hear me all right? All right, I'm going to switch cameras again, guys, so bear with me. Okay, so can you still hear me and see me? Black and Biscuit. Dude, I legit made hockey pucks the other day, Shad. I was making something else and I didn't put the timer to beep me. I got a work call and then my dogs were all sniffing in the kitchen. I was like, crap. And I opened it and it was like, behold. Actually, there's a lot of different varieties. You know, there's some I've tried Wise, which is now Ready Wise, and that I've been using that since college. Mountain House is a good product. I like them. I've never tried. I think it's For Patriot or Patriot for Life or whatever it is. I haven't used that one. Thank you, Mad Chad. Thank you, folks. Well, I have made Hardtack Book Club. Actually, hold on. And I have a video, I think I have a video for that pending. This was made in 2021. I made them once before Hurricane Ike. I made them before Hurricane Harvey. This is the first time I've actually vacuum sealed them. I want to see how long they stay here. But they are, like, there's a reason they call this hardtack. You could legit, if someone broke in here now, I could slap the crap out of them with this package. Like, I would make drool come out of them with this thing. But yeah, this is a pack of hardtack. You notice it's got to be about an inch thick, and the whole trick is it's flour, salt, and water, no yeast, and basically it's like biblical, the unleavened bread, but not matzah bread that you get from the store. This is probably as close to the Old Testament bread. And for those of you sci-fi geeks, the lambdas bread that they talk about in Lord of the Rings, like, oh, go get lambdas bread, hardtack. So, all right, who else is there? Hey, Rescue back again. My wife is from Louisiana. Man, I lived in South Louisiana for years. My kids were half raised in South Louisiana and spent the rest of their childhood in the Gulf Coast of Texas. True story, we came from Louisiana to Texas. My little girl was in elementary at the time. And you know the toads you get down south? Louisiana and Texas gets them all the time, the little ground toads, right? Well, when you scare, one of their defensive mechanisms besides playing dead and running away is they pee. And, you know, it was well known among the Cajun kids that you put someone, you threw a frog down your friend's shirt, it pee-peed the kid, right? And the kids would get annoyed. So some little girl was being ugly to my daughter. And so I get a call from the principal. She's like, yeah, she's picking on other children. I'm like, well, that's not her. She's always picking on other kids. So let me talk to you know, Valkyrie over there and see what she's gotten into. And I said, what happened, girl? She goes, well, the other girl called me ugly. So you know those frogs? I said, yeah, the little ground frog. Yeah. So I put the frog down her shirt and it pee-peed her shirt, but she cried. She didn't think it was funny. I thought it was funny, but she didn't think it was funny. I said, I don't think they like that in Texas. Louisiana thinks it's funny. I don't think the city kids in Texas like that very much. But yeah, for real, she took a big fat ground toad and bloop down the kid's shirt. It freaked out, peed the girl's shirt, and she ran away crying. So I'll tell you what, man. Again, she's now a veterinarian, so that tells you, you know, she played with critters her whole life. She's been bitten by grass snakes. She's been bitten by crawfish. So it wasn't good, the food handle. No, what, the hardtack? Actually, True story. There were during the Spanish-American War, they were eating hardtack that had been preserved during the Civil War, like 30 years before. And I think there was still some Spanish-American War hardtack that was around during World War One before they went to. Hey, penny pinching, what's going on? So before they went to C rations, which ultimately became MREs. So hold on, I lost the chat here. Thank you, Vision, again. Bye, Northern Girl. Sorry I missed you. Yes, absolutely. You know what I found? You dip them in honey and or put them in your coffee to soften them a little bit, and then roll them around in a little bit of honey, and they're actually really good. It's like a crunchy cookie cracker. I don't know how to describe it. It's hardtack. I mean, you know what I'm saying. Wait, we lost people here. She was playing defense, frog fighting. I'll tell you what, that was good. She also was trying to help her friends. One of the kids, uh, grass snake popped out in the garden, and the girl panicked. Was on a table. No, mind you, the snake was doing nothing. The snake was just hanging out. She was on, calls my daughter. They're in high school. She's like, "There's a snake in my yard." My daughter's like, "Pick it up and throw it in the other yard." "I don't want to touch it." My daughter said, "Dad, I'll be back." Gets on her bike, goes down the street to her friend's house, goes in the back, pulls out this little grass snake about that big. It was throwing stripes at her. She caught it by the tail, went and bloop, put it in the bayou, so it swam away. And she goes, "Dad, how are they going to survive?" She still asks me that. I actually put honey in my coffee too. But my dad was a beekeeper. One of the few bucket list things I've yet to do is go be a beekeeper like my old man. I did get to go to Pearl Harbor. He didn't get to go, and that was a big thing on his list. And he told me, he said, "I'm never going to afford it, but if some point you or your children go, you need to enjoy that and think of me when you're there." So it was a bittersweet moment going to Pearl Harbor. And with my son, who is the grandson my dad never met, and get to spend time with him in Pearl Harbor. So yeah, that was cool. I will make a video of some of these places I've been. And hey, be good. Take care. Bye, book club. Be good. All right, so I'm gonna put these cookie biscuit things in the oven, and we're gonna see if I screwed it up or if not. So let's put timer. I'm at high altitude. It said 10 minutes. I'm gonna put 12. And hopefully you don't watch the roaming prepper set fire to his kitchen, because that would suck. And then I'll be run off by the other half of my family, who would be really annoyed with me. Okay, let's see. So let's see what other exciting things have been happening. By the way, there was somebody texted me, and I can't remember who it was, so if you're on the chat, I apologize, that certain August and Farm and Mountain House things were going on sale on Walmart and on Amazon at the same time. So keep an eye out for sales. If you go on Amazon or Walmart, you can actually set an alert, so when the product goes down by a certain amount, you get a notification. I don't remember how to set it up off the top of my head, but I've done it before. So make sure you take advantage of that kind of technology. Now, a warning, you know how Amazon can come from Amazon's fulfillment, or it can come from other companies via Amazon. They have very strict rules. Walmart is the Wild West right now. So they have subcontractors who are charging $50 over everyone else for dehydrated eggs, right? And they're expensive already because the market has adjusted. But I'm hearing a lot of feedback from people that they've made orders and the product was spoiled. The product never arrived. They never got their money back. Amazon's much better about making sure you get those refunds. So just keep that kind of stuff in mind. Fed up, you hurt your back, didn't you? Or am I thinking of the wrong person? Everyone's been hurt lately. I think this last year, everyone in the chat has either gotten hurt, had a loved one hurt, or went in the hospital or got fired or something. Like every one of us got hit with something. Because I was in the ER like almost a year ago today. I just shut down after a clay shoot, and I probably dehydrated, which was my own stupidity. But yeah, this is true. Make sure you double check. Not all the products are the same. Oh, folks, FSP, if you have the link or one of the mods, find the link. If you've already set up the live stream online, well, let me see if I can find it. Shit. Hold on. And I will drop it myself. Why this FSP? Today's the 21st, right? Let's notify me. Let me, hold on, copying. And, all right. I'm trying to do this on a Mac, and I keep switching between my Mac and my work PC. There we go. That's the link. You know what? Yeah. I've also known we're all gonna get that I need to talk to Hudson. It's like we're all gonna die Wednesday and we got slammed Saturday or something. I don't know. We got hurt. We're all gonna get hurt Saturday. Good Lord. I don't know what Hudson said in his last live stream. He or Livingston Man said something, and I heard the wrong thing. I was dying. I had to play it back, and I'm like, oh, that's not what he said. God, I can't remember what night it was. It was this week or last week. So, but yeah, everyone's been all right. I just put FSP's link. Absolutely, my friend. So go check them out. Is there anyone who has a small channel under 500 right now? Can you go in the chat with all caps and just say, hey, I'm under 500 or something like that? I want to try and kick some of you guys up a little bit since this is really a we're getting introduced. Yeah, well, yesterday was Drunk Ass Friday, and that was, God. Mind you, this was craft beer. So we're not talking, oh, I had a couple of Bud Lights or Corona or whatever. No, these were 9, 10, 12% ales, IPAs, honey blondes. Yeah, and after about number 3, I'm glad I ate lunch with the beers because I think I'd have died. Try your beer to make your biscuits is when. No, I haven't. So replace the water with the beer, like beer subs in for the water. That's interesting. My dad used to saute fish that we fished on out in the Atlantic on the East Coast because they would eat a lot of the mussels that were buried in the sand, and they got a weird bitter taste to it. And he would pour beer into the fish fillets as he sauteed them. And the beer would break down the oils and remove that fishy, like, dirt taste. And you got a really clean fish fillet. God, I wish. Okay, hey, your dog is at 87 subs. I have no content. Okay, well, Fed Up, when you're ready to start content, jump on a chat, let us know, tag us, so that we can kind of give you a boost, because you've got a bunch of content creators above 1,000 in here. And if all of us can get you like 100 subs or even 10 subs, you could go to 100, 200 quick. And then you get a community page, and then you can start playing with it a bit. Yard Dog, you are making content, aren't you? Let me see if I can find Yard Dog's. Can't spell, apparently. Oh, that didn't help. That was a mistake. Yard Dog Prepper. I put Yard Dog. I forgot the Prepper, and I got like 5 million channels. You have the, yeah, you have the critter. Okay, well, we will subscribe, and let's. Well, shit. Hold on. Let me put it in there. Yeah. I see the content. I'm trying to. Oh, that's not a. I think I did it. Yes, peanut butter cookies. I use pumpkin puree. This stuff. So after Thanksgiving, nobody wanted pumpkin anymore, and I'm like, bullshit. I'll take the pumpkin. And this is literally, it says ingredients pumpkin. That's all it is. Well, I'm sub now myself. I didn't realize you had content, so shame on me. But there are a lot of folks who have content that we're not sure of. So releasing the critter and the Dakota Firehole. Okay, that's neat. So guys, go sub Yard Dog. Let's get him over 100 at least today. Mm. And oh, I was like looking at my mug, so I stole this from my wife. So, and then it's the BRCC. I'm going to tip it, and it has a little guy. So she brought this to work because she's a smartass, and the boss she had at the time was like, "Yeah, that's not suitable for this workplace." And she was like, "Man," so she brought it home. So now I have it. Hey, Miss Sharon. Hello, hello. All right. Oh, I do have something else to show you guys. I was talking with people while we're waiting, and oh, as I drop my shit everywhere, bam! What? Yes, I have the beginnings of fun merch, but I didn't want stupid merch. Like, who the hell wants a picture of my ugly face and my beard on a mug? But this is actually an enameled metal camping cup with my logo. I have another one I'm working on that actually has like steps 1 through 4, but it came out screwed up on the cup. Steps 1 through 4 of how to set up a hasty firing position. I have a couple of different ones I'm trying to play with. What's under the mug is, oh wait, this one has, hold on. It's a little middle finger, and it said made in the USA. So I have no idea where the hell this is made. Probably China, maybe Hungarian. I don't. So let's see. Hey, Mad Dogs, there's a bunch of links above. Let's see. So, all right. Wait, let's see where Yard Dog is now. So, do. Oh, look at that. Check it out. Hold on. I'm going to share that other tab, I think. Hold on. Share Chrome tab. 91. Come on, we need 8 more people. Y'all go sub this. 91. We're going to get you over 100 this morning. Yeah. Hey, morning, Moonsprout. I got them from, shit, I can't remember the company. I have to look it up. I can't remember off the top of my head. But there were several. I have like 4 companies I'm talking to, and I can't remember who gave me the mug. So, but I actually am pulling up old engineering schematics, like how to do certain things, but abbreviating them. And I'm going to put that on some of my, because I want it to be practical too. So imagine having a coffee mug that you can take to the field, and it also shows you how to make an emergency sleeping position in the woods. I mean, that makes sense to me anyway. Yeah, it's God. I can't remember. I have to look, man. All right, so Yard Dog is now at 91. It was at 91. Hold on, let me see if he's gone up. 95. Okay, well, Yard Dog, you're gonna have to satisfy yourself with 95. Oh, the biscuit's almost done. If I didn't burn them. By the way, safety. Remember, keep that handy in the kitchen. Side note, one of my daughter's friends, she's had a lot, her friends do a lot of weird shit. Engineering student, smart kid, but reckless. And being smart and reckless, or being intelligent and reckless, creates dumb. It creates mistakes, sadly. and he was working on a dirt bike in his garage. It was a rental property. It was him and 4 other boys, and he had like a torch he was kind of cleaning metal parts with. I don't know what happened if he tried to warm up a spray paint can, which would have been a terrible, horrendous idea. But he detonated, or he put it too close, but he detonated a spray paint can on his own face, on himself. And he ran into the house on fire with the roommates there. And obviously he was very badly burned. He wound up in the hospital. The poor roommate, there were 1 or 2 roommates were actually in the house, thank God. They were traumatized. My daughter showed up after because she's the medically trained one. The EMTs already took him away. And she said, Dad, there was like blood and burned everywhere. It's awful. Fortunately, he survived. He's functional. Very terrible lesson. But when she got there, she looked at the other 3 boys who were all horrified. And she said, what the hell happened? So they said, well, he was working in the garage. He had paint. Basically, he had the garage door closed because it was cold. So for those of you who've worked in a commercial or industrial areas, confined space, flammable fumes, and a heat source and oxygen. You guys know what that's a combination for. He detonated. The detonation was so bad it buckled the garage door, two-car garage door out. The fact that he was able to functionally run back into his house shocks me. But she said, well, where's your first aid kit? Because it was just a mess in there, right? And she was helping the boys clean because they were all grew up together. And she looks under the sink. She looks, and the boys say, girl, what are you looking for? She said, where the hell's your fire extinguisher? Where was your first aid kit? And they didn't have either. And she said, you're freaking college students and none of you have a first aid kit. Nobody's trained. We could, long story short, they had a security cam that caught part of it. And she said, Daddy, he looked like the Ghost Rider. It was that bad. She said, I shouldn't have watched the video, but I did because I was trying to understand what the hell had happened. Needless to say, now her and her fiance, who was a firefighter, they have like all sorts of safety gear. So yeah, please don't underestimate your safety at the house. Oh, penny pinching's under 300. So hold on, let me see if I can find penny. Oh shit, that was not right. Penny pinching. I may have missed someone, so if I did, my apologies. 279. All right, we're gonna throw that link up there. Oh shit, sorry. There you go. All right, so let's see what I've done here. Let's see if I burn shit. Hang on just a second. Whoa, okay, that's different. That was not what I was expecting. I'm going to switch cameras. Y'all got to see this because this was, I totally underestimated how big these things were going to get. Hold on. So you guys should see my kitchen. Ta-da, I have breakfast cakes. Look. That's awesome. They need more. Whoa. Guys, look at those. I could make a legit sandwich out of that. Okay, we got to give them 10 more minutes. Let's put that back on. I keep forgetting that I'm at high altitude, so that was really cool. Hold on a second here. So you saw those things? They were like big biscuits. Those are badass. So that guy cleaning the floor of a rental shop with a... Yeah, oh, geez, oh, peas. Hey, Rip Curl, what's going on, my friend? They did look good. I'm gonna legit try one here in a little bit. Tell you what, the house smells real nice now. Smells like bread and pancake and stuff. So we'll see how those come out. That was surprisingly simple. Now, it did say I have to put a little butter on them, so we'll nuke some butter. And yeah, I'm cheating. I'm not heating it on the stove. But yeah, that I've actually almost, when I was a younger guy, I almost knocked myself unconscious. I was cleaning a bathroom in a city building with bleach. Oh, I'm sorry, with ammonia, because I was cleaning the floor. One of my coworkers had poured used bleach into the, the sink closet has that big trough, and there was bleach residual in the trough, and I poured ammonia on it, and basically that makes, I think, H2S, and it almost knocked me the hell out. I fell out of the sink closet. Thank God I fell out. So that would be a hoot, my friend. That would be an absolute hoot. Um, yeah, just let everyone know ahead of time, man. Everybody will be game for that. Hold on, let me see if I can. Oops, nope, that's not right. All right, I was trying to find some information for vision, but I went to the wrong place. So we'll have to do that later. I do have an assault stove. Oh, this ain't going anywhere because literally the natural gas field is like 2 hours from me. So the whole state of like Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Louisiana are all like, yeah, whatever. Y'all can sit in the dark. We will put our. What's funny, we're installing gas street lamps out here because we have so much natural gas, and we don't have enough pipeline to send it anywhere else. So we're using it right here. No, exactly. Yes, because the two chemicals, bleach and the Ajax, which contains, and I was using industrial ammonia, like the stuff you have to dilute. So that was two very concentrated chemicals, and I didn't know the other one was in there because what he was supposed to do, you dump chemical or you dump like bleach into that sink. You're supposed to rinse it out with clear water, and it goes into the separator, into the drains. And Pilgrim, yeah, Pilgrim Prepper. Thank you. Let's see if I can find Pilgrim here. Prepper. Wait, I found like multiple Pilgrim Preppers. Okay, I'm assuming the one with 17 people would be the. Oh, and they're great because the houses that have them, when we had the big blackout, guess who still had light on their house? I had solar, and so I had little solar lights around my perimeter, so my house was lit. And there was one house that paid the upgrade for the gas lamps in front. Now the husband and the wife actually, because it was icy, right? They had to go. She was holding the ladder and sliding down the driveway. We had to help him, but a few neighbors got there and he turned on the lanterns in front of his house. He left them burning the whole blackout. So at least our street had my house, his house, and we were about 100 yards apart. So it wasn't a lot of light, but your eyes adjust and it's low enough to. Okay. All right. Pilgrim doesn't make content. Sorry, man. Well, you're going to get a handful of new subs anyway if you ever change your mind. Oh, yeah, for sure. I was thinking I'd put an egg in there and make a sandwich. All right. Let's see what they look like now. Oh, God, they smell good. Okay. These are a little bigger than I was planning, but. And I got to find my cooling rack. Hold on a second, folks. I didn't plan something out here quite the way I'd hoped. Oh, I'm going to improvise a cooling rack now. Ouch. By the way, things coming out of the oven are often hot, just in case you were wondering about that. Ooh, these are huge. All right, let's switch the camera again so you guys can see this thing. I think I got the camera right. Bear with me just a second, folks. I'm trying to multitask here. This is true. No worries, Mimi. We're going to switch cameras and you get to see the final product, and then you can go back and can you see that? All right, hold on. That's a bit bright. A little bit light. All right, awesome. Now it's bright again. Stupid thing. I'm sorry, guys. That lighting's kind of weird. Okay, there you go. Look at those things. Holy cow. All right, so I'm going to make you all jealous here. Don't hate on me. So let's, can you guys see those? I'm going to break out the small, oh, that's hot. Look at that. They're, ow, shit. Okay, fire. A little bit of honey. It's actually a local honey. And they come apart, so. Oh, hell yeah. Oh man, I'm so happy today. It was worth burning my fingers a little bit. Absolutely. So my wife's going to come home. She'll be like, what the hell smells so good? Oh yeah, those came out really good. So again, it's kind of an eyeball thing. I used almost 2.5 cups of pancake mix and water, and I mixed it until I had kind of a sticky dough, and I had to put a lot of the pancake mix on my hands so I could manipulate it. But that's another product you can make with pancake mix. So now, which means you can probably also do different shapes. You could do like little croissants or little triangles for dipping. Those of you who are, I guess, over 20, you remember the stupid, oh God, what do you call them? The little French toast sticks that they used to sell. I think it was in Burger King or something. Oh, it came out really good. Now the honey's good. And remember, honey lasts forever too, right? Okay, it just came apart. Shit. Okay, well that ended badly. They are, hey Kentucky. A gravy would be great too. Uh-huh. So inside, it's just fluffy. Kind of like a bread. But this was a really, really easy recipe to do. And I mean, keep in mind, I'm multitasking. I got 2 cameras, lights, and a bunch of ingredients, and I'm running back and forth on a live stream. And I was able to make them without completely burning the shit out of myself. Cat head biscuits. I've never heard that. I'm assuming it doesn't involve actual cat. That's the nickname of it. But thank you, Shad, for dropping Kentucky's link up there. Okay, last call. Are there any other content creators who are under 500 or 1,000? Just So depends on the state. So the original civil defense, like you see in the movie War of the Worlds from 1950 something, where it was really a bunch of veterans who agreed to help the community, is gone. That was largely replaced by FEMA and DTMS. And I know this because I actually worked with them. Now, Texas is one of, I think, 25 states, about half the states, that now has what they call a state guard. Not the National Guard, it's a state guard, which is allowed both under the federal and the state constitution. The feds classify guardsmen, and I was one of them. That's how I know this. We're classified as first responders to the Fed, but we get to go to all their classes like, Red Cross, first aid. So all those certifications we often talk about, I got to go for free. So they lump me in with like cops and firefighters and shit. The state guards do not, or state defense force does not answer to the president. It's an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of Texas, and our commander is the governor of Texas. Pennsylvania is almost done setting theirs up, my last check. Texas is about 3,000 to 4,000 strong right now, at least last I heard. Pennsylvania was up to about 1,500. Montana has now created a Montana State Civil Defense Force. I don't remember. They call it something different. It's the same shit. Each of them is assigned to a National Guard armory. The thought was, and this whole movement started under the Title 10 federal acts in World War II, because what happened was we got into World War II, the regulars went, the reserves went, the National Guard, such as it was at the time, went. Georgia has one. Okay, good. Mount Coastal. Hey, Tennessee Tactical is at 778. Oh, sorry, wrong link. My bad. Hold on. Tennessee Tactical. Hold on. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to multitask here again. So there is a State Guard, SGAU, State Guard Association of the United States, that they are kind of running the standards. And as long as each State Guard meets a certain criteria, they're eligible for both federal and state funding for emergencies. Thank you, Vision. So in Texas, there are about 20 states, but I don't know all of them. I know Pennsylvania, Texas, Louisiana, Puerto Rico, believe it or not, New Mexico. But there are, so you may want to look up like whatever your home state is, if you're in like Tennessee or Colorado State Defense Forces, State Guard. Now keep in mind, we were under the law. We were under the auspices of the governor. So like my CO reported to the commander of the State Guard, who reported to the commander of the National Guard, who reported to the governor. If the commander of the National Guard went overseas, it backfilled. And that was the whole reason it was created. The law started, I believe, in 1943 when the states, we were in World War II, right? All able-bodied men and women were overseas, and we had an explosion in Galveston in a refinery. We had a flood in New Jersey. We had an earthquake in California, and there was nobody left to help in a coherent way. And the governors went nuts. So FDR and the Congress at the time passed this law that funding would be provided for these localized units. Some states back then called them the Home Guard. You probably heard that from the Brits. The Brits used to have a Home Guard, and I think they may go back to it in light of everything going on. So you do have these. While I was in the State Guard, I got Red Cross Shelter Manager certified. I got bloodborne pathogens, bio. I got to go to the schools for dealing with biological contaminants, not necessarily a terrorist attack, but like, just an accident and shits everywhere. My buddy went to a radiological school out by Area 12 in Nevada, the old nuke testing area, and he said they gave him all this shit. And it was a bunch of firefighters and EMTs and cops, so they knew what the gear looked like. In the event something popped off, our military went overseas and something happened here, we had people who were competent. And I made a lot of good friends there too. A couple of whom are actually congressmen here in Texas, which is cool. So you never know, if something I don't like, I email them. I'm like, hey, Colonel, guess what? That guy's a douche. But you don't do that to your ex-commander. That's not nice. But anyway, and actually my colonel was a really great guy, but and like-minded, if you catch my meaning. So it was neat to see this was formally done, but we trained with FEMA, we trained with the local law enforcement, county level, city level, state troopers, medical teams, hospitals. We even did, traffic control. If you have the time to do it, it's not terrible. Now, it's BYOG, right? Bring your own gear for the most part. The one good thing was I made friends with some NCOs who were retired Air Force, retired Army, and they were able to get me into, those of you who served, when people transfer, they PCS from one base to another. and they forget their laundry. And so all this extra uniforms and shit wind up in this big room of crap. So we were able to get access to that and pull at least some uniforms for ourselves, Colonel Clink. But even if you don't, so if you don't, oh wow, see, Ohio has one. And if you can't do it with the State Guard, they're also linked into the volunteer fire department, search and rescue. So these are all people like us. That's one of the things I loved about it. My work schedule was just, I couldn't keep up with it. But it's people who think like us. They want to know what's going on. So while everything was happening during Hurricane Harvey, I was still getting updates on my phone. So I knew 3 days before everyone else, the responders knew that, oh, it's not going to be 10 inches of rain. It's going to be 50. Oh, excuse me. And we were like, well, shit, that's not going to be good. And we started reacting. We started checking on our teammates. So yeah, I mean, if you can, even if you, Tennessee has one. So I think I'll find the link. Let me see. Nope, that wasn't what I wanted. Sorry, y'all. I got it wrong. So you do have to get some qualifications. This will have the main link for those of you who want to search by state. This is really freaking good, guys. I'm sorry to be eating here. This was surprisingly yummy. And it has a hint of like the cinnamon pancakey taste. It was really yummy. Kentucky, you could also do local. And you know, that's another thing you got to watch. Certain organizations will get cliquish. The State Guard here had a little bit of issues. They were reorganizing when I hung up my uniform. So I don't know how they've done so far, but yeah. But even if it's a community thing, and actually, at least in Texas, if they're having the meeting of emergency managers with the mayor of my city, since we're a smaller city, we're like 300,000 out here, public can attend. So I went to some of these meetings. I got to meet my congressman. I got to meet the sheriff himself. Like my wife was having wine with the sheriff. It was like a little dinner kind of thing. And we showed up. You get to meet people. Also, your workplace may offer training, first aid, CPR, not IED, God bless, AED, automatic external defibrillator, not IED, improvised explosive device. Sorry, guys. You guys know what I mean. Anyway, yes, true. You are part of, the system. You had to do background checks and fingerprints. But keep in mind, Shad, at the same time, if you have someone putting on a uniform, going out in a position as a formal assistance to the public, you want to make sure he's not a predator, So it's a double-edged sword. But knowing how things run, watching how the city and the counties operate helps me make decisions. So when Harvey hit, we were in the affected area. So we were like the last guys. We were way down on the list because our houses were in danger of flooding. But when I saw Humvees, people were freaking out. They're Humvees. Oh, I saw this FEMA trailer. And I knew exactly what they were doing. I knew what each one was doing. And I'm like, okay, I know where they're going. I understand what's going on. And if I saw someone out of place or something wasn't right, I knew that wasn't right either. So when I saw there were some of the people coming in to help were actually doing shit that was not SAT. I saw that shit and I'm like, that's not where you belong. That's not cool. Because we had volunteers who weren't part of any organization. They were just volunteering. Like the Cajun Navy, but they're very well organized. I don't know who these other cats were, but they were causing a scene in a store. I'm like, that's unsat. So I called the local officer I know, my buddy, And I was like, dude, you need to roll someone over here because these guys are not from here. And it seemed like they were taking advantage of people who are in distress. And that will happen. So you do want the background checks, but at the same time, so Tennessee, I put it back up. So I did kick it back up. It's scheduled for next Tuesday. I wanted to give it a full week. It posted this time. It's got the little logo and all that stuff. So they haven't kicked it yet. I haven't gotten an email saying I'm in YouTube jail. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, but Shad, you can even do something local. You could, what we actually did? We made friends with a guy who was franchise owner of a Panera near our house. And my sons had a bunch of Cub Scout and football friends. And I told my son, I said, look, every morning, grab the Mustang. They had an old janky ass stinky Mustang. Anyway, I said, go to the Panera every morning at 10 o'clock and see if any of your buddies are there if they need help. Tell them if they need help, go there for 10 o'clock in the morning. So if the weather broke, the boys either took the Mustang or they took my pickup. And it was not a mile and a half down the road. They went down, they hung out, had a coffee, got a bagel if they had food. And the boys would all check in with each other. But we had 6 families in a very loosely affiliated assistance team, so to say. So, one boy said, hey, all my dad had extra toilet paper and the water got to it. Now it's all a big sludge pit. So my boys came home, got a couple of rolls and brought it to his house. Little things create comfort. Oh, Nottoway is under 500. Hold on, Nottoway. Let me see if I can spell that without screwing up. Nottoway. Let's see if I can Wait, let me make sure I got the right person. All right, so Nottoway has some videos up, just a few. We're gonna put that in there. All right, the radio education camp. Actually was completely optional in Texas unless you felt you were like you had an elder in the house. A lot of people took the shot not for themselves, but because like grandma lived with them and they were worried about them. At the beginning, I could understand why a lot of people were like, well, I'm taking it for someone else. But then as the statistics rolled in and people now are dropping left and right all over TV, it kind of makes you wonder, like, somebody lied. I'm waiting to see how the release of the CDC emails is going to play out in Washington. I mostly just get drunk and rant. Well, don't curse too much because some of the followers do have kids, so you may have to there you go. But again, regardless of the shot, doesn't mean you have to join. You can at least talk to them and get to know the local lay of the land. So okay, who's making the decision? If something pops off in my hometown, who the hell's responsible? Who makes the call? And Texas is the county judge in cahoots with the mayor, but the county judge has oversight per the Constitution of Texas, not the mayor. The mayor is only over the city part, not the entire county. So, but they work together. So, oh yeah, they will hide it. Especially that new med that they were pushing, and they disqualified everything else. No, nothing else works. Just these two. And now people are keeling over from that shit. And it's like, where's your restricted stock hiding? Did they give it to your son or your kid? Or anyway, I won't go off on that. I'll go off on a whole rant. I'll need a whole new live for that one. Oh, well, what about Justin Bieber? He was, because and I mean, I feel bad for the poor kid, but damn, what the hell happened to you? And then his girlfriend at the same time. You don't catch palsy. Palsy's either genetic or chemically induced. I can't give you palsy if I have a palsy. Okay, now I just made a mess. Peppermint, you want a cookie? She's passed out. the dogs, they had a big brawl and they wore themselves out. So anyway, folks, I'm going to flip back over here just so you guys can see. This was actually the intent of the whole video. So these are big ass biscuits, way bigger than I was planning, made with pancake mix. So you can make, so going back to before we go down a bunch of rabbit holes. Yeah, well, he was all, you know, and you can be what they call card carrying. Yes. So in Texas, the sheriff or the county judge can still put together a posse. Absolutely allowed. We just can't go hanging people like we used to in the big oak trees. You have to actually bring them to a courtroom. Yeah. So Justin Bieber. I don't know. Let me see if I can find Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber paralyzed. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can. This is terrible. Hold on. I've got a now damn commercial and shit. All right, hold on. For those of you who didn't see this, to share screen, Chrome tab, knucklehead, go.
Revealed he has something called Ramsay-Hunt syndrome. He says he's hopeful that his facial paralysis will improve. We spoke with an expert about the ailment.
Can he be cured?
Hey everyone, Justin here.
That's the question today after Grammy winner Justin Bieber revealed that half his face is paralyzed.
As you can see, this eye is not blinking. I can't smile on this side of my face. This nostril will not move. So there's full paralysis in this side of my face.
Bieber announced that he's postponing his North America World Justice Tour after being diagnosed with Ramsay-Hunt syndrome.
This is pretty serious, as you can see. I wish this wasn't the case, but obviously my body's telling me I got to slow down.
So what exactly is Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, and how can you get it?
Ramsay-Hunt syndrome is very rare. It happens in about 5 out of 100,000 people.
Los Angeles doctor Amit Kochar is a specialist in facial nerve disorders.
It's not as common for this to happen in young people like Mr. Bieber. However, when I was looking at his video, I noticed that his face had a little bit of movement on the affected side, which is a good sign.
He says with aggressive antiviral treatment, Justin will hopefully be back on stage soon.
But I certainly think that seeing him on stage again is a definite possibility.
I love you guys.
Yeah, so yeah, he got jacked up. So anyway, well, folks, I'm gonna wrap this one up. I didn't realize it was like an hour and a half here. But yeah, that's it. So you can make pancakes, you can make waffles, you can make biscuits, really yummy ones, by the way. You can also probably make some kind of croissant, which I did not attempt. And by the way, this was I have no idea, vision possibly. But even if he didn't, there's stuff going around Hollywood. Like people are getting all jacked up in California, and I don't know what they're putting in the water, but more than likely he did. No idea. So hey, Subduland, how are you? So folks, take care of yourselves. Be safe out there. I'm gonna wrap it up, clean this up, put the biscuits on the cooling tray. And but yes, you can make multiple products or multiple end results out of a single purchase product. Guys, start experimenting a little bit. Have some fun in the kitchen. If you can use one product for multiple purposes, that increases your purchasing power. It's a hedge against inflation. Because think about it, you know, the $1.50 or whatever, $2 I spent on this now will fulfill multiple purposes. Right? So, guys, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you play around with this, experiment in the kitchen a little bit. You're gonna burn some shit. I've done some videos that were so bad, like there was smoke and whatnot. You couldn't even see the video. So, guys, be safe, be careful out there, and I will see you guys next week. I do have a video going out Tuesday, and I should have one Thursday. I will talk to you all later. God bless, Godspeed, and try to keep out of trouble if possible. I'll see you later.